Hello, Edutainment Studios welcomes you in with Sheena Thompson, our certified smoking treatment specialist. We're here to talk today about the new laws that have been passed.
Okay, so one of the things, a really good thing happened last year. I believe it was at the end of November of last year. They had another, the federal court first ordered this back in from the tobacco companies 11 years ago, and that case finally was closed. One of the things that they were then told, the tobacco companies had to tell the truth about tobacco, because up until now you don't hear anything from the tobacco companies.
No.
And so you'll see on TV nowadays they've got commercials. You'll see the tobacco-free Florida commercials, which is a lot of animation and things like that. The ones from the tobacco companies are where there's just narration and text. So they start to share exactly what is in tobacco and the impact that it has, and the relationship to leukemia, that kind of thing. That has been now mentioned on TV.
They're basically giving you the warnings on TV.
Yes.
Because we've stopped reading them on the cigarette boxes.
Well, you see now on the cigarette, on the side of the cigarette box, it has a message there from the Surgeon General.
Yes.
And it says it may cause. They don't really commit to anything. Now, if you go to Europe, you go to other countries, they actually have images of the damage that tobacco has done. They have messages to tobacco users.
Right on
the packages. In fact, I've actually got some in my car, so and I use those as a teaching tool, because there's another part of it. Because I was a tobacco user, and I lived in South Africa for my smoking life was in South Africa, and there was messages on there that said danger, smoking causes cancer. You go, oh gosh, that sounds terrible, and then you think, well, you disassociate it from yourself. You take the cigarette out.
Never happened to me, right?
Of course. Or there's various different messages that are put on there as a deterrent. But is it necessarily deterrent? It'll slow you down, certainly.
Hopefully it will stop the kids.
Some people it does. It stops in your tracks and you think about it. But anyway, so the tobacco companies, that was the case against them. So it was Judge Kessler actually ordered the tobacco companies to publish the corrective statements, the adverse effects of tobacco, which they are doing now, which is a positive thing. I know with people that I know that have seen those commercials are actually saying, I never knew that, I never knew that, I never knew that. So that's a really good thing.
Yeah, and now they're addressing even the effects of secondhand smoke.
Correct.
So if you're smoking and your spouse doesn't, now they're all of a sudden understanding what they're being exposed to.
Yes, and a lot of people have sort of poo-pooed the idea of the impact of second and third hand smoke, whereas now they're starting to get it from, you can find a lot of information on the internet. You're hearing messages now, on television. So it's all steps in the right direction, and hopefully it stops one person and helps another.
I think that one of the things that was very surprising, and certainly for young people who are having children, that has been, whether it's first-hand smoke or second-hand smoke, and whether it's a mother who's smoking while she's pregnant, it has been directly linked to SIDS.
Correct.
Sudden infant death syndrome, and if that doesn't get your attention, nothing will.
Yeah, I had the misfortune or the opportunity of meeting a woman 2 weeks ago who had lost her baby to SIDS, and it was tobacco related, and just to see somebody in such despair and anguish of the loss of a child, and
you don't ever recover from that.
You never ever do. And what we're looking at as well, it's known there's over 480,000 preventable deaths that are tobacco related in this country every year. So it's about time that people stood up and noticed that kind of thing. And also, so I'm really glad that would the tobacco companies have done this had they not been court ordered?
No.
We don't know, but I'm really glad that has happened.
So 11 years since the federal court first made them take smoking cessation onto themselves and to pay for the remediation of the public. They pass a law that went into effect December 2017.
Correct.
Saying they have to come clean with the public.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.